Like Steely and Parker Thune. Hit the guys up on the Riverwind Casino calling line at 405-329-9000. Text the show on the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line at 405-651-3439. Live from the Buffalo Wild Wing Studios, here's Mike Steely and Parker Thune.
Friday is finally here. Welcome in, everybody, here at the one and only Riverwind Casino on this Friday. Welcome in, Steelman and Thune, getting you ready for the weekend. As usual, hour number one brought to you by Lasher Home Comfort Systems, 405-579-3113. For Tim Lasher and his great company, Lasher Home Comfort Systems. Here at Riverwind, always something happening. Each and every day here at Riverwind Casino, the metro area's finest casino experience. Tonight we have the Grammy Award-winning legend, R&B legend Gladys Knight on the Showplace Theater stage. Should be a heck of a show. They had great crowds last week for Aaron Lewis and the Stateliners and Ryan Bingham and the Texas Gentlemen. And if you haven't checked out Riverwind's Insta page yet, it's really good. Some great concert footage every time they have an artist up on the stage. I would go ahead and check that out if you haven't already. I also have pairs of tickets to give away to two future shows coming up. And we are talking about America in April on a Saturday night, April 26th. And I have pairs of tickets to give away for Patti LaBelle in early May on a Friday night, May 2nd. So if you want a pair of tickets to go see Patti LaBelle or America, stop by and see me. I'm right here in front of Chips and Ales Pub Restaurant, where I always am on a Friday out at Riverwind, and I will give you a pair of tickets. So again, another big night, highlighted tonight by the final round of drawings in the 80K Cupid's Quest promotional drawings happening tonight. Get on out here, folks. Somebody's got to win a big share of that 80K in cash and bonus play. Why not you? Come on out here and have a great meal at the River Buffet or at Chips and Ales Pub Restaurant. They've got great food court selections as well. And again, a legend on the Showplace Theater stage tonight, Gladys Knight, Midnight Train to Georgia. Such a great song. I still love that song. Parker Thune, how we doing? Are you ready for the weekend?
Oh, I am more than ready, Steely. I'm driving down to Houston this weekend. That's where I'm going to spend Saturday and Sunday, which I'm not thrilled about. But what that means is that en route to Houston, I will pass through Fairfield, Texas, and get myself some Cooper Farms peach ice cream. That's the good stuff.
Peach ice cream's pretty good. The Georgia peach ice cream sandwich at Augusta National, awesome. That is the finest dessert you can have at the Augusta National Golf Club, the Georgia Peach ice cream sandwich. It's stuck between a pair of snickerdoodles.
Oh, really? That's
good.
what it is snickerdoodles? I was wondering, like, what cookies are you sandwiching on Georgia Peach ice cream? But snickerdoodles makes a lot of sense.
Yep. All right. So the big news of the week, and by the way, we've got a busy day today. Softball going to start hopefully at 1:45 against Marshall, but there's a game going on right now, Marshall and Kansas. Patty and company, 14-0 on the season, off to a great start. 1:45 would be the earliest for the matchup today. They're also supposed to play Kansas at 4:15. They're going to get two games in against Marshall and Kansas, but we're thinking hopefully a 1:45 start for Game 1. Sooner baseball off to a great start as well at 8-0. Skip and company, fresh off that victory at the Round Rock Classic, winning the championship there. They will play Cal State Northridge today at 4 o'clock. Games with the Matadors coming up tomorrow and Sunday at Mitchell Park. Men's basketball at Ole Miss tomorrow, 1 o'clock tip from Oxford. That'll be on ESPN2. Sooners obviously need a victory. The OU women, who won handily last night in Gainesville over Florida by 24, will wrap up the regular season at the LNC coming up on Sunday against Alabama. That'll be a 1:30 tip on the SEC Network. Women's gymnastics at Auburn tonight. The men are in Berkeley, California to take on Cal and Nebraska in a meet there. And Thunder basketball tonight, they will play Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks at 6:30. Okay, we do have a poll question out there for you today. Blake Gamble has the microphone in hand today and has our poll question. We just came up with this. I think I think I know who's going to win, but it might be close. We'll see. But, Blake, what is our YouTube poll question today for all the Sooner fans out there?
Yes, Steely, it is who has been OU's most important offseason acquisition? We got them listed in order, chronological order. Ben Arbuckle, John Mateer, Kevin Wilson, or Jim Nagy. So going to be interested to see the results of the poll today.
Well, I have my opinion, but I'll give you my opinion a little bit later because my opinion will influence thousands upon thousands of people, and we'll get Parker's take on that as well here in a little bit. But I want to start with this, Parker, because the big Sooner news of the week, Jim Nagy hired as the general manager, did a fantastic job at the Senior Bowl. This, I think, we both think, is a fantastic hit the grand slam out of the park, home run hire for Oklahoma. It has been met nationally by a lot of praise for what Oklahoma's doing here. Jim Nagy, well-regarded, great connections. The guy's a winner, and I think the Sooners are lucky to have him. But this was an interesting take. Chris Vanini, college football writer for The Athletic, was on a podcast, and Vanini said this. He likes the Jim Nagy hire, but he finds it to be very interesting. Here's what he had to say.
I think it's a really good hire for Oklahoma, a really big-name guy with all kinds of connections. You want a guy who's scouting players ahead of time and maybe knows who to think about in the portal come that time of year. Like, this is a guy who knows everybody. Nick Saban loves him. Like, this guy is very, very well-respected, been running the Senior Bowl, has kind of helped turn it into a bigger deal. So I think that's a huge move for Oklahoma. I'm surprised that he would go to a place like Oklahoma now. It's not going well for Brent Venables, and I don't know if he's necessarily on the hot seat because he got a big contract extension last year, but, like, it is a bit of a risk. You're not coming into a place that's, like, rolling and we can go. Like, there's a lot of work that he's going to have to do and that Brent Venables has to do to turn around that program. So the timing in the place is kind of surprising from Nagy's perspective.
What do you think of that take, Parker Thune?
Well, I mean, be that as it may, and that's a fine opinion to have, right? You can think, yeah, the timing's weird for somebody like Jim Nagy to jump into the fire as a collegiate GM, especially at a school like Oklahoma. But what that suggests is that Jim Nagy legitimately has belief in what's happening at Oklahoma and doesn't believe a changing of the guard is imminent, doesn't believe that Oklahoma's going to be content to just treat Brent Venables like a lame duck and turn things over to the next head coach after an underwhelming 2025 season. No, I think what's most significant about the Nagy hire is, yes, obviously he brings a ton of value to the table. Obviously Oklahoma had to pay a pretty penny to obtain his services, but the willingness on his end to accept this responsibility, once again, Steely, suggests that what's going on at Oklahoma from a leadership standpoint, from a culture standpoint, from a roster construction standpoint, even before Nagy arrives, gives a guy like that confidence that he can step away from his very cushy, very well-established gig as the executive director of the Senior Bowl for the last 7 years and be a part of something special. If he didn't see that potential at Oklahoma, if he didn't feel like this program was going somewhere under the leadership of Brent Venables, then Steely, he would not have left his job as the executive director of the Senior Bowl. This is a guy who's exceptionally smart, especially in a football sense. He knows what he's looking, and this is exactly what Jake Crane of Crane & Company said yesterday when we had him on Locked In. Jim Nagy is a guy who knows what he's looking at. One of the absolute smartest people in the entire football universe. And so if he looks at the situation at Oklahoma, if he evaluates that situation and says, yes, I want in on that, there's something brewing there, then you tend to take his word for it.
Here's the other part of this, Parker, and I agree with everything you said. It was well said there. But let's say worst-case scenario happens and Oklahoma goes out and wins 6 games and Brent Venables is not back. That doesn't mean that Jim Nagy's not back. Jim Nagy is the general manager. Jim Nagy, wouldn't you think, based on his reputation and Oklahoma's confidence in him bringing him in to have that role, GM of football, that he would be a guy that would be involved, obviously, in picking the next football coach. I don't think Jim Nagy's employment at OU is completely tied to Brent Venables' employment at OU, right?
No doubt. But, again, I don't think you take this job if you're Jim Nagy if you're under the impression that the sitting head coach is going to be dismissed in short order.
Yeah,
like,
and again, I'm talking worst-case scenario, right?
Obviously, I don't think Jim Nagy's job security is directly tied to Brent Venables' job security. If Brent Venables gets fired, that doesn't mean Jim Nagy goes with him. What it more likely means is that other big-time college programs or even NFL front offices would start to swirl like vultures at this point and make their own offers to try and pull Jim Nagy away from Oklahoma. But he, as general manager, is not tied directly to the success or failure of Brent Venables. And shoot, I almost just read verbatim. I didn't see it yet, but here's a text from Santa John that says almost the exact same thing. Jim Nagy is not tied to the success or failure of any coach. There you go. If he's the GM at Oklahoma, however long Brent Venables lasts at OU, that's going to have little impact on Jim Nagy's own status at the University of Oklahoma. All it would mean, if Brent Venables was dismissed, all that would probably mean is that other programs and NFL organizations would likely start to try and get a foot in the door with Jim Nagy, see if he would be willing to jump ship on Oklahoma at that point.
Yes, and I think, again, like you said, I don't think that he is not confident, about the Brent Venables situation, or he's not taking this job. But again, like we talked about, his employment is not tied to Brent's. He's the general manager, and I'm just talking a worst-case scenario type situation. So are we hearing that mid-next week we'll probably have a press conference? You hearing that, Parker?
A press conference with Jim Nagy?
And I would say hearing possibly Brent, and I think if you're going to have Brent, you're probably going to have Jim Nagy as well. Now, nothing official, but I'm thinking there might be something based on a good source, something middle of next week.
Yeah, which would make sense because the Sooners are due to start spring practice next Thursday. Generally, you get availability with the head coach at the beginning of spring practice, and I think with all of the public interest in the addition of Jim Nagy, I hope he's made available. I really hope he's made available. I'm not necessarily counting on it, but I would hope so. And I think it'd be good PR for the program.
You need to make him available. Why wouldn't you? It's a great hire, right?
It is a great hire.
You need to get him out there.
Yeah, nationally acclaimed hire. Put that guy in front of a microphone. Let him talk about why he took this job when he did at the University of Oklahoma.
I'm with you. All right, 405-651-3439. Ken Ippelmeyer Chevrolet text line. That's 405-651-3439. And again, we are streaming live now on YouTube. The good news is you don't have to look at the real me today. You get to look at the graphic representation of me, which has been totally altered and put through filters and everything. So your kids, if they're watching YouTube, won't be screaming bloody murder. Oh, my gosh, well, who is that? So check us out on YouTube today. You can join the chat there as well. Our man Blake Gamble is back there in the studios running that for us today, and we would love to hear from you. So this weekend, what do you think? OU, Kentucky, of course, a heartbreaker the other night, but Ole Miss has lost 3 in a row heading into the matchup with the Sooners tomorrow. And Chris Beard, good coach, a little bit psycho, maybe a lot of bit psycho. But Ole Miss needs a win. They're in great shape for the tournament right now, but they're not going to be happy having lost 3 in a row. And let's see if the Sooners can they're going to have to win 2 of 3 to get to 6, and then maybe you have a chance, but you probably have to win a game, maybe 2 in the SEC tournament. Confidence level tomorrow in Oxford for OU, what do you think?
I'm actually
25%?
No, I might say 35-40.
There you go.
Ole Miss,
I like that.
Ole Miss is not the steamroller that some of these other SEC programs that Oklahoma's faced were over the last couple of weeks. So it's not a cupcake. Nothing is. Again, Oklahoma is – if there's a cupcake in the SEC, it might be Oklahoma or South Carolina. But this is a very winnable game. A very winnable game for Oklahoma. And frankly, Steely, it's really one that they need at this point because there's not much of a path to the tournament if they don't win this game tomorrow.
Let's hope this isn't another dagger game and it's Sean Padula who hits a three at the buzzer or something.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah,
of course. That's kind of the way
It'll
the
be
Sooner
Padula.
season is going, right?
I was joking about Otega Owe dropping a 40-piece earlier in the week. Unfortunately,
well,
that
wasn't
28-piece.
Yeah,
that wasn't far off from what actually happened. Now, yeah, watch Sean Padula be the guy that just takes Oklahoma to the cleaners tomorrow.
If that happens tomorrow and Padula hits like the game-winning shot, I am going to 100% believe that Porter Moser is cursed. And there's like a Porter Moser voodoo doll out there that people are sticking pins in or something because that would be ridiculous. And the kid from Virginia Tech, obviously, Edmond, the Sooners, there was some thought he was going to come to Oklahoma, ends up going to Ole Miss. And we just seen this story happen before. It's a horror film for OU fans, of course, like with Otega Owe scoring 18 in a row, 21 of the last 23, and what was the game winner for Kentucky. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. 1 o'clock on ESPN2, the Sooners and Ole Miss from Oxford. All right, break time here at Riverwind. Yes, we have a legend on the Showplace Theater stage tonight. Gladys Knight, going to be a heck of a show. What do we have coming up in March at the Showplace? Only 3 great artists and bands, 38 special. Bonnie Raitt and Chicago in April, America and Boys to Men. I've got some America tickets to give away. I just gave away a pair just about 3 minutes ago. And then in May, we also have Patti LaBelle. I've got some Patti LaBelle tickets to give away, the Randy Rogers Band, and Scotty McCreery. Get those tickets online at riverwind.com or drop by the Showplace Theater box office here at the casino. Break time. Let's talk a little Sooner football, more Sooner football when we get back here on the Ref.
Through the dead of winter, to the dawn of spring, through the dog days of summer, and the kickoff of fall, no one covers Sooner football like we do. The Ref is SEC ready. Are you?
For the professional, it's not enough to just possess knowledge. That's why at GMC, we seek to refine it, to wield its power, to redefine its boundaries, while pushing the limits. And we put this knowledge to the test in every GMC Sierra by engineering each one to outperform your expectations. So you know you're getting precision and durability when you need it most. And that's what makes the GMC Sierra the truck worth knowing. We are professional grade. See your Oklahoma GMC dealers.
Considering refinancing your mortgage? Now might be the perfect time to start planning. With rates on the move, Stride Bank can help you determine if you may be able to lower your monthly payments, shorten your loan term, or tap into your home's equity. Stride's expert mortgage advisors will work with you to tailor a solution that fits your needs. With local roots and national reach, Stride Bank is your go-to partner for all your banking needs. Stride Bank, your trusted financial partner since 1913. Find out more at stridebank.com. Stride Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's time for your certified most accurate forecast from KOCO5 First Alert Weather. Brought to you by Cavens Group. Do you have a water emergency? Give Cavens a call at 405-573-3048.
This is meteorologist Joseph Neubauer with your first alert forecast from KOCO5. Looking like a really nice day here on Friday with high temperatures in the upper 70s and sunny skies. Southwest wind will gust up to 30 miles per hour, so there is a elevated risk for fire danger today. Anything that can create a spark, be ultra careful. Through the evening, a cold front moves in. We'll be in the 40s and 30s on Saturday morning, 60s and sunny on Saturday afternoon. Next chance of rain moves in during the late afternoon and evening hours coming up on Sunday.
That was your certified most accurate forecast from KOCO5 First Alert Weather, brought to you by Cavens. Did you have a water emergency that you fear might turn into mold? Give Cavens Group a call at 405-573-3048 or visit cavensgroup.com today.
What's up, Ref Army? It's Dusty Dvorak, and I'm back. I'm excited to be back with the Ref and cannot wait to help bring the home of Sooner fans the best Sooner coverage. Catch me every Tuesday and Wednesday during the 10 a.m. hour of The Plank Show as I cut it up with Plank and Josh about everything in the world of Sooner and college football. That's every Tuesday and Wednesday on The Plank Show, and there's only one place to hear it. The Ref, the home of Sooner fans. Download the KRF app today to listen from anywhere.
I'm Randy Gardner, President and CEO for Rose Rock Habitat for Humanity. I'm super excited about our Common Grounds Coffee Festival this year. The Cleveland County Fairgrounds are under construction, so we are doing things different this year. We are taking the Coffee Festival on tour for the month of February. This year, we are offering a passport for you to visit our vendors at their places of business. In return, take advantage of special offers, prizes, and much more. Stop by the Habitat Restore, 1100 West Main Street in Norman to purchase your passport for only $10. Visit roserockhabitat.org/coffee to learn more.
Get ready to unleash your inner fury at the Norman Sports Commission's Fun Run. Join us on Saturday, March 1st with a race right through Norman. You can pick your distance too, a half marathon, 5K, or a 1-mile fun run, each with an unforgettable run through the iconic OU football stadium. You can sign up for the Fury Run at thefuryrun.com. That's thefuryrun.com and be part of the action.
Get hurt in the game? We tough it out. Feel exhausted? We push on. Feeling down? We pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. But there are times when bootstraps aren't enough. When stress gets to us and we need to talk to someone about what we're really going through. So we're going to reach out because sometimes mental health is not a one-person job. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Riverwind Casino on a Friday. Riverwind Casino is a great idea any day or night. Friday nights are always awesome. You can take part in the Friday night drawings. Final round of the 80K Cupid's Quest drawings happening tonight. Get on out here. Hopefully hear your name called out of the intercom and collect your share of 80K in cash and bonus play. Always a great time out here at Riverwind. And we have a legend on the stage tonight at the Showplace Theater, Gladys Knight, Grammy Award-winning R&B superstar, Midnight Train to Georgia. You know why they left on the Midnight Train to Georgia? Because L.A. was too much for the man. Too much for the man. He couldn't take it. It'll be sung a lot better than that tonight here at the Showplace Theater by the legendary Gladys Knight. I do have pairs of tickets to give away for two shows that are coming up at Riverwind. America in April. Great band as well. I remember having America's Greatest Hits on 8-track. That's the kind of dinosaur that I represent on these airwaves. America in concert. This could be their final tour. And I've got some tickets to give away. That's happening on a Saturday night, April 26th. And I have pairs of tickets to give away to Patti LaBelle. Early May show there on a Friday night, May 2nd. So get on by. Come see me here at Riverwind Casino. Parker, I had a little message exchange with Papa Top today. Very happy. Was trying to get him on with us today. But he's
Papa
in the
Top?
He's flying out of Indy right now as we speak. I think he's going to come on Monday. But he was very happy. Said made some money yesterday. Big time day for Danny Stutzman, no doubt. How about 4.52 to start, and then the second one's 4.56. That's pretty darn good. Ethan Downs, ran 4.7, I believe it was.
Well, and
Billy Bowman's, what was it?
Not only did Ethan Downs run 4.7, he threw up 32 reps on the bench press, Steely.
Pretty good.
That was the most of any defensive end at the entire combine. Yeah, those boys did all right for themselves. Ethan Downs,
did.
Listen,
good for them.
I am of the opinion that Ethan Downs was already going to be a day 3 pick even before the NFL Combine, just because of, you watch the tape, you watch what he did for Oklahoma during his 3 years as a starter there. He was a fantastic football player, even if his contributions went understated a little bit. Knew he was going to test very well, but also the character, right? That's
off the charts.
And that's what's going to push you over the edge of being a draft. But if you're doing the interview process and the scouts and the executives come to understand that you're going to be an incredibly positive influence on the locker room in addition to providing value on the actual gridiron, that's going to get you drafted. So I think Ethan Downs was already in line to be a day 3 pick even before his output at the Combine, but based on his performance this week, absolutely somebody that not only is going to hear his name called, Steely, but he may not have to wait all that long on day 3 to hear his name called.
Billy Bowman will be out there today with the defensive backs and the safeties, so we hope he does very well. But great day for Danny Stutzman. And you're talking about, well, those were the three leaders on the Sooner defense last year on the three lines of the defense for Oklahoma: Ethan Downs, Danny Stutzman, Billy Bowman. I'm not saying some of the other guys weren't leaders, but those were the main three. So we'll see how Billy does today. By the way, if you missed it, earlier this week, Kendall Dolby was on The Rush on Wednesday afternoon. Kendall Dolby, was playing great at Cheetah. Brent was raving about him, really was doing a great job. Obviously got hurt, disastrous injury in the Tennessee game, but his rehab doing a lot better. And again, on The Rush on Wednesday, Travis and Tyler McComas had a chance to ask him some questions. Really good interview, by the way. Thanks to our friends at One Oklahoma. Let's play a couple clips for you in case you haven't heard. This was Kendall Dolby, first of all, talking about the impact of John Mateer.
Yeah, so this is what I tell people all the time. Like me, my mindset is, I got a dog mentality, and how I kind of look at it is when you're a dog, you can sniff out a dog. You know what I'm saying? And so far from what I've seen from John is he has a dog mentality to him. It's just it's something about him. I haven't even really seen him, getting a full action yet, but it's just the way he carries himself. Being a new guy, I know when I first came in, I wasn't talking to a lot of people. Everything was new to me, but he talks to everybody. He carries himself as a leader, and he's only been here for a couple months, but he definitely has a dog mindset. He's really gritty. Like I said, works hard, and I think he's going to be really good.
All right, there's the first one. Here's the other one, and I know you'll like this, Parker. They also asked Kendall Dolby about talk about some of the young guys who have really stood out so far in the workouts.
Fasusi, I would say Fasusi. Man, yeah, he's a dog. He works hard. He's came in, man, and you can just tell those young guys, those freshmen who don't have a freshman mindset. It's okay. I would say it's okay to come in and kind of be a freshman, and it's okay to, I'm just going to learn the ropes. But there's some guys like Fasusi, he's coming in like, man, I'm trying to take somebody's job. Like, to me, I'm not a young guy. I'm not a freshman, and he grinds hard, and I like the way he works. I'm trying to think who else.
We may have heard Elijah Thomas.
Yeah, Elijah Thomas, he works hard. Actually, we was doing mat drills the other day, and they were doing tug of war. And, man, he's out there going hard, and, man, he gets up talking trash, and man, I love to see it. That's what you need. You know what I'm saying? That brings the best out of everybody. So just a lot of these young guys that's coming in and, demanding excellence from the older guys and vice versa, man, it's a great thing for a great recipe. So, yeah, those guys are definitely going to be big factors for sure.
There you go. Kendall Dolby on the ref earlier this week. Thanks to our friends at One Oklahoma. Go donate if you can. It's One Oklahoma, the number 1, OneOklahoma.com. We appreciate their partnership. They've been awesome to us, so thank you. Thank you very much. I know you're a big Elijah Thomas fan. Now, everybody might have guessed, well, he was going to mention Fasusi, and he did. But I think you might be the president of the Elijah Thomas fan club right now.
I will not dispute those accusations, Steely. In fact, I welcome them. I think Elijah Thomas is going to be fantastic at Oklahoma. I think by the end of it, he will be a multi-year 1,000-yard guy. I think there's a very good chance he works his way into pretty significant rotational action this fall as a freshman. And based on the sum of what I've heard, I don't think there's a freshman on the entire football team that's going to make more of an impact this season than Elijah Thomas will. Again, the pads haven't even come on yet, so yes, there's still time for a guy like Cortland Guillory to really make a strong impression, kind of like Eli Bowen did in spring ball and fall camp last year. There's certainly time for a guy like Fasusi to keep coming for somebody's job, as Dolby said, but the way that Elijah Thomas has just dominated testing and workouts and challenged all of the other youngsters to elevate their – like, the sum of everything I've heard about Elijah Thomas suggests nothing other than that barring injury, this kid is going to be a very, very memorable football player at the University of Oklahoma by the time his career is over, and he's going to stamp his legacy.
Mike Steely here at Riverwind on a Friday. Love being out here, accompanied right now by Fat Boy Slim in the background. 405-651-3439 on the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line. On the YouTube chat, check out our poll question today. Blake, are you there to tell us what's happening with the early poll question out there on YouTube? And if you want to work in a couple of YouTube chats before we go to the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line, feel free.
Yeah, Steelman, the question today, who has been OU's most important offseason acquisition? Is it Ben Arbuckle, John Mateer, Kevin Wilson, or Jim Nagy? The early leader, it's a surprising one to me, Ben Arbuckle, slight edge over John Mateer. So go ahead, head on over to YouTube. Just search KREF Sports, and you'll find us there. So you can
I interject something on that before we get to a couple chats?
Absolutely, Steely.
See, I think – and I would agree with that, first of all. Jim Nagy's going to be great, no doubt. But if you don't get Ben Arbuckle, you probably don't get John Mateer, right?
That's a good point.
So that's why I think Arbuckle will probably be the winner, but we'll see. All right, let's get a couple chats, and then we'll head to the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line.
Yeah, Jody chimes in. If anything, Jim Nagy, makes the OU job more attractive in the event Venables has to be fired. So that's a good point for Jim Nagy. Also something to consider, are we talking about the biggest acquisition in the short term or the long term for the program? And Airness asks, so does this make Venables just a coach, or will he still make roster decisions? And if so, who gets the final say on the roster, Venables or Nagy?
Parker, I would think that will be an in-concert situation. Brent is the head coach, but the GM, particularly somebody of Jim Nagy's stature, is going to have a lot of input. How do you see that working out?
Yeah, more so than ever before, Steely. And I mentioned this yesterday, but Brent Venables, even as the head ball coach, more so than ever is going to be given a roster and told, go win football games with it. Jim Nagy's the guy that's going to have the most oversight and the most authority when it comes to roster construction. You bring in a guy like that as your general manager, that is understood to be the expectation for him and his role is, hey, look, you know the personnel world, you know how to evaluate, we're going to give you the resources to help recruit the guys that you evaluate and decide, okay, we need these guys in the Crimson and Cream. We've got some very qualified people in the personnel department like Drew Hill and J.P. Lossman and the like to help in these efforts, but you're going to be responsible for building the roster. Venables and the staff are going to be responsible for getting the most out of the guys that you hand to them, the 85 for now, eventually 105 scholarship guys that you hand to him and this coaching staff. So Jim Nagy, I would expect, is going to have the heaviest hand when it comes to roster construction. And Venables is just going to get to sit back and be a ball coach and worry less about the whole recruiting aspect of things, the whole evaluation aspect of things. The final say, as I understand it, when it comes to who do we offer, who do we prioritize, who are we going to push for, that's going to be Jim Nagy.
There you go. All right, 405-651-3439. Man, Riverwind spinning some good 90s stuff out here. We got a little Smashing Pumpkins going now. Good stuff. All right, let's get some texts in, Parker, real quick. We still have a few minutes left in this segment, so let's hit the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line.
Jim in Arlington says, Jim Nagy is the new Elon Musk in charge of Doge at Oklahoma football. No, I'll tell you who the Elon Musk is. The Elon Musk is Randall Stevenson. Because, I mean, you think about it. Elon Musk is just kind of a, I don't even know what you would call it. He's a government outsider who isn't taking a salary. He's just there to lend his expertise to the presidential administration, at least as I understand it. I don't spend a whole lot of time paying attention to politics.
He's the president of the Broligarchy. Come on.
But Randall Stevenson is kind of the same thing, right? Like, he's a guy who had a very successful career in the business world, and now he's showing up in the building at the University of Oklahoma Athletic Department, not taking a salary, not there to meddle with the actual political side, I guess, in the Musk comparison, but not really there to meddle in the football side for Oklahoma as much as he is just there to make sure that everything is operating efficiently and that all of the resources are going where they need to go, all of the processes are streamlined. He's lending his organizational mind to the operation. And so
there you go.
If that's what you consider to be the Doge of Oklahoma football, Randall Stevenson is your Elon Musk.
You know my thoughts on all the politicians out there. They're all just trying to take your money. That's it. They're just all trying to take more of your money. Either side. That's why I don't believe in politics. All right, 405-651-3439. Let's get like a couple more in before we break. And then we get the dumbass clip of the week, which I think is a pretty good one coming up in the next segment.
I Bleed Crimson asks, why is the Combine called the Underwater Olympics? It's not called the Underwater Olympics. It's called the Underwear Olympics. Right. And the reason it's called the Underwear Olympics is because it's a bunch of football players working out in their underwear, working out in dry fit clothes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So Billy Bowman will be out there today in Indy, and a good day, a really good day for Danny Stutzman, and a good solid day for Ethan Downs as well yesterday. All right, 405-651-3439 here at Riverwind on a Friday. Tonight, we've got some great events happening. The 80K Cupid's Quest promotional drawings final round. Bunch of cash and bonus play up for grabs. Get on out here. Win your share of the 80K in cash and bonus play they're giving away in this great promotion. And a legend on stage at the Showplace Theater, Gladys Knight. That is going to be a show, folks. That is going to be a great show. And by the way, I have tickets, pairs of tickets to give away to two future shows here at Riverwind in the Showplace Theater. America on a Saturday night, April 26th, and Patti LaBelle on a Friday night, May 2nd. By the way, I heard Amy brought a pair of tickets out for Chris Plank today and said, give these two seats, give these two tickets to Patty Gasso to come see Gladys Knight tonight. And the Queen, Patty Gasso, was really, really excited to come see the Atlanta Queen, Gladys Knight. All right, break time right here. More texts on the way, and we've got the dumbass clip of the week coming up as well here on the Ref.
A true Sooner fan wouldn't be caught dead without the KREF app. Join the Army. Get the app. Tell your friends. This is the Ref, where diehard Sooner fans listen.
Ever wonder why someone would go to the ends of the earth and leap into the unknown? Maybe a better question is, what are you waiting for? Pacifico is brewed for those who follow their own path. That's living life anchors up.
Your dream home is right around the corner, and at Stride Bank, we're here to make it a reality. With competitive rates, personalized service, and streamlined processes, buying your first home or your forever home has never been easier. Let Stride's experienced mortgage team guide you every step of the way, from pre-qualification to closing. With local roots and national reach, Stride Bank is your go-to partner for all your banking needs. Stride Bank, your trusted financial partner since 1913. Find out more at stridebank.com. Stride Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
From the gridiron to the hardwood to the diamond, no one covers the Sooners like we do. If it's Sooner Sports, we have you covered 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. This is the home of Sooner fans.
OU softball, baseball, and gymnastics offer great opportunities for you to get out for some exciting action and support your Sooners. Going to an OU event or game? Balfour of Norman on Campus Corner invites you to stop by and get some new OU gear. Whether it's a softball jersey with your favorite player or just a new lucky shirt or hat to wear to the game, Balfour has everything you need to be in style and showing your colors. Cheer for the Sooners in the best and newest styles in Sooner sportswear. Locally owned for more than 45 years, Balfour continues to be Sooner fans' favorite OU store and has everything you need. Balfour has the latest styles and fashion trends for men, women, and children. You can find something for every Sooner fan. When it comes to hats, they have you covered with more than 100 styles to choose from. Even OU socks, so you're literally covered from head to toe. Graduation is right around the corner. They have OU diploma frames in stock. Or you can always get a gift card so they can choose the perfect gift for themselves. Come see us on the corner or shop online at crimsonproud.com, where you will find everything Sooner.
Imagine one step, and suddenly a fall turns into a fracture. For many, osteoporosis is a hidden threat, weakening bones silently until it's too late. At the Ortho Central Bone Health Clinic, we believe in personalized care to keep bones strong and resilient. Led by advanced practitioner Amanda Boyd, our team specializes in detection and personalized treatment plans, from bone density testing to strengthening bones after a fracture. Take charge of your bone health today. Call Ortho Central's Bone Health Clinic and let's build better bones together.
The Ref is the home of Sooner fans and is once again your home for chaos. Every game-changing hit.
Long fly ball to left. Track. Wall. Gone.
Every strikeout.
Got him. Swinging.
Every defensive gem.
He caught it. He caught it.
Every game, all year, the Ref has you covered.
Catch Sooner baseball against Cal State Northridge this Friday at 4, Saturday at 2, and Sunday at 1 on the Ref and the K-Ref app.
The all-new Eskridge Honda is here, right in time for the new year. Our new building is awesome, just like these deals. Pay just $259 per month on new 2024 Accords. Come in today to get the best deals all month long. Now conveniently located off I-35 and 89th. Just look for the blue tents on the roof. Online at eskridgehonda.com.
2024 Accord LX $259 per month, 3-year, 10,000-mile lease, $399 plus TTNL and first month's payment due at signing. Ends 2/28/25.
Are you, your family, or company looking for a locally owned and trusted management group? Carlsbad Management Group is an owner, developer, and manager of high-quality apartment communities in Oklahoma. They are a locally owned and operated management company for apartments and self-storage units. They are committed to providing exceptional apartment homes, customer service, and increasing the value of multi-family communities under our management. If you would like a free management quote today, call Carlsbad Management at 405-701-1411 and be part of the Carlsbad family.
It is a Friday, and what a great weather weekend we have in store. We're here at Riverwind Casino, where the weather's always nice indoors here at Riverwind, and you've got a great chance. The forecast is you've got a great chance to win some cash bonus play or a jackpot. The 80K Cupid's Quest drawings happening tonight. 80K in cash and bonus play. Come get your share tonight, and somebody's got to win. Why not you? You will definitely win if you go see Gladys Knight in concert tonight at the Showplace Theater. An absolute legend, R&B legend, multiple Grammy Award-winning artist, and she will be at the Showplace Theater tonight. If any of our Riverwind dignitaries are listening right now, whether it's Justin, Tara, Reed, Alicia, whoever, and Gladys Knight is in the house, which I'm almost positive she wouldn't be. But if she is, bring her over here. Because I would be willing to sing a duet of Midnight Train to Georgia with Gladys Knight. Or maybe I'd lay out and let her sing a portion of it. So, just saying, I'm just swinging for the fences here. If she is here, bring her by for 5 minutes. By the way, before we get to the dumbass clip of the week, I don't know why. I guess because we were talking so much rock and roll yesterday. Off the Twitter machine, can you guys give away those softball tickets? Oh, well, I didn't even know we had softball tickets. I guess we'll have to find out about that. First notice for me. Off the Twitter machine, Steely, some pals, and me are having an argument. Who is the greatest trio in rock and roll history? Well, Ted, it's a close call for me. It's between, unless I'm leaving somebody out, it's between Cream and Rush. Now, you've got legends in both bands. Let's talk about the drummer battle. Neil Peart versus Ginger Baker. Now, I'll go the late Neil Peart. But Ginger Baker is also considered one of the great drummers in rock and roll history. To me, advantage Peart. Now, lead guitarist, Alex Lifeson of Rush versus Eric Clapton of Cream. I'd go advantage Clapton, but again, Alex Lifeson's really good. Bassist, vocalist, Jack Bruce against Geddy Lee. I think Jack Bruce maybe for voice, but Geddy for bass. I would go just the slightest edge Geddy, so I'd give a slight advantage to Rush. But like any music or art is all subjective, but I would go slight advantage Rush over Cream, unless I'm leaving somebody out. And if I am, the text line, I'm sure will let me know. Okay, Parker, before we hit the text line and the YouTube chat, Let's get in our dumbass clip of the week. Now, this one's very interesting. I called this in, I was looking around because I really didn't have one. The closest thing I had was Kirby Smart talking about Johnny Manziel, but he was on the money, saying, somebody asked him, they're all champions. He put up a picture of 4 former Heisman winners and said, what do they all have in common? And somebody in that meeting said they're all champions, and he said about Johnny Manziel, champion of what? Fireball? Which was pretty good, but I think this one's better. Tyler turned me on to it. He had heard it, so here it is. This week's Dumbass Clip of the Week, labeled Super Bowl Divorce.
You're a stupid dumbass.
I'm divorcing my husband because he booed Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl, and I still don't think he believes me, to be honest, but he might want to start, because I just filed my paperwork at the courthouse, and you can see right here the date of separation is this year's Super Bowl. I'm not just doing this because of the action of booing. I am doing this because of everything that it represents in our relationship. I have loved Taylor Allison Swift since I was 12 years old. My husband even likes her too. Like, he'll put on her music when we're cooking together. He has a favorite song. It's Girl at Home. But we were at the Super Bowl. It was me, him, and 5 of his buddies. And when they put Taylor up on the Jumbotron, all of his buddies started booing. And my husband joined in. And that just tells me everything I need to know about that man, because he didn't care that would hurt my feelings. He just wanted to fit in with his boys. He didn't even care that that's not even how he actually feels. He just, wanted to look cool, I guess. And that's not a man.
Dum 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 dum. Whoa! Shut up, dumbass. What a bunch of dumbasses. Yeah, really.
Oh, we truly do live in the age of generational stupidity.
Yes, we do. Now, who's more at fault in the Super Bowl divorce?
What do you mean, who's more at fault?
Well, here's the only deal. I say that's, of course, ridiculous, and here's what's probably happening. She probably filed false paperwork or whatever. She showed it on her video, because what's everybody doing who's young these days?
Clout chasing.
They'll do anything for attention. Anything. So I think that's probably what the ploy is. But, the group of people I don't like are the people who go along with the crowd and what's popular, and it sounds like that's what her husband did. Right?
So you're saying there's fault on both sides here?
Well, first of all, I think it's probably BS, because, like I said, the younger generation, these people have no shame. They'll do anything for attention. The people that they love the most in their life, is themselves. So, she's probably thinking, I can concoct this and I can come out and probably get 4,000 retweets or whatever, how stupid all that BS is. But now, of course, divorcing somebody over that, 80% on the female, but 20% on the husband for being a follower, just joining the bros, I got to look cool booing Taylor Swift. That's bad, too. They're both horrible, horrible humans. That's my final statement. How much blame do you put on each party?
Well, if it's satire, I don't really feel the need to assign blame. Have we decided that it's satire? Man. There's an I1A listener that said that Taylor divorce is fake. That girl does dumb clips on social media.
Well, and I didn't know that for sure, but that was my take anyway, that, like I said, this generation will do anything for likes and retweets because they're sad. So anyway, that's all I had to say about that. Here at Riverwind Casino, I have pairs of tickets to give away to the Patti LaBelle show coming up in May and the America show coming up late in April. We do have Gladys Knight on stage tonight at the Showplace Theater. But if you want tickets, if you want a pair of tickets to these future shows, both are going to be great. Both are multi-award-winning artists. Patti LaBelle, R&B again, and America. And I grew up listening to some soft rock America classics. Probably go Ventura Highway, number 1 for me. But you can come get a pair of tickets. Just come here and ask me. I'm right in front of the Showplace Theater. Okay, Parker, let's close out this hour on the text line, and if we have time, we'll hit that YouTube chat, too.
Okay, a 405 listener says, as a government employee, I agree with Mike Steely about politicians.
Well, like I said, people got on me, didn't vote, you can't have an opinion. Yeah, I'm an American. I can have an opinion on anything. I don't like either side. I think they're all a bunch of crooks, lying criminals. All they're trying to do is take more of your money. That's it. Pretty much. There are very few who care, and those who do care are shouted down by people who are trying to take your money on both sides. Biden's administration, criminal. I'll reserve comment on the other one, but I will say this. They're all just trying to fool you and take your money. Pretty much.
Gunny of Stutzman Army says, yesterday was Tool and Hoe talk. Now today, Underwear Olympics. This show has gotten tawdry late in the week.
You so tawdry. I forgot, Blake sent me the clips. I forgot to put them in today, but maybe we can get to those Monday. You know the ones I'm talking about from yesterday. And by the way, yesterday, the greatest text we got on the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line. Cover the kids' ears for 1 minute, responsible parents, because I know millions are listening right now. A text we'd never seen before, never expected to see, and I guarantee you was the only text of its kind in the world on a radio text line yesterday. And that text simply read, Fred Couples is a hoe. That's it.
Instant text line Hall of Fame nominee right there.
Yes. I mean, I just looked over there. I about spat up my energy drink when I saw that.
A 405 listener asks, didn't Steely break up with a woman after going to an A&M yell practice? Isn't this similar?
Somewhat similar, yes. Yes. That is correct. There was, it was interesting to see it play out in front of me, but I also thought these people, they are in a cult. There's no doubt about it.
Sean on the text line says, is this generation like the for-profit media who do anything for ratings?
The what? Oh, the what profit media?
The for-profit media.
I don't know exactly what that person's. Explain that to me, Parker. I'm old and stupid.
For-profit media is you and me, Steely.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, everybody's for profit if they're working for the media, right? I mean, but I do think that there is a lack of dignity. There's a lack. I mean, look, I'm just talking about hoes on the text line. Some of it's just, stupidity. But there is the bar on standards and professionalism. That's why, I'm thinking that some of these YouTube yahoos who would have never been hired, and look, you can start your own YouTube channel. That's great. But the bar is so freaking low, it's never been this low. And I don't see them raising the bar again anytime soon. And that's what frustrates me, because we used to have some standards.
Yes, but
some standards. Now they're out the window.
Sean's exactly right. There are way too many people in the media landscape who will do anything for ratings, and I guess it's always been like that. But I'm proud to say that here at the Ref, there is no such fishing that is done.
Sean's a smart guy.
We don't engage in shock jock radio here.
There have always been people, some in this business, even before social media became so popular, whether you're talking about Bubba the Love Sponge or Howard Stern way back in the day, was a huge shock jock. He was also really funny. Personally, I think Stern's a great radio guy. But there have always been people that would do whatever to get attention. But we've got millions and millions of people now that will do anything for the tweets and the likes. And unfortunately, that genie is way out of the bottle and will never be put back in.
A 918 listener says, if Fred Couples is a hoe, then I wish I could swing like a hoe.
I like it. He's got a smooth swing, man. He's got a very smooth swing. He played college golf at the University of Houston. He was from Seattle. I think it was Seattle, state of Washington, I know. But his college roommate was Jim Nantz, who also played golf at the University of Houston, and at that time was probably the best college golf program in the country, and still statistically ranks as one of the best ever. So, but yeah, he's got a smooth swing, there's no doubt. Okay, what else?
Let's see what else on the text line. 832 Mike says, not similar. Dating and marriage are way different. You're safe, Steely, and you did the right thing by leaving that girl to be with her cult college.
By the way, hey, Brandon Drum is checking in very early with us today. He is going with Mark Hoppus, Tom DeLonge, and Travis Barker. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Blink 182.
Blink 182. Blink 182 can't hold a candle to Russian cream. You're talking about Ali versus Pee Wee Herman there. Come on, Brandon. We may talk about it later. All right, we got to get out of here. We got another hour coming up. Keep it here on the Ref.
Sound off any time of day on the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line at 405-651-3439. Right here on the home of Sooner fans. The Ref Sports Radio Network.
Fowler Automotive is proud to be a part of your community, where our passion and values lie far beyond the showroom. We believe that families, sports, art, and culture are at the heart of every thriving community, and it's important to us that we help build the communities that our dealerships call home. Stop by any of our 6 Oklahoma dealerships to see the Fowler Standard hard at work. We pride ourselves on being friendly, helpful, honest, and fair. This is what drives us every day. Fowler Automotive, a proud partner of OU Athletics.
Speaking of technology, did you know that RK Black is an authorized dealer for Kyocera copiers? And the Kyocera copiers aren't just copiers. They're smart devices that can scan, print, fax, and email your documents with ease and security. Even better, they're backed by RK Black's award-winning service team that is built on nearly 70 years of taking great care of our clients. Whether you need a desktop printer or a multifunction copier, RK Black has the right product for you. Let's get the conversation started. Give us a call at 943-9800 or visit us at rkblack.com.
March is almost here, and the home of Sooner fans is ready to make the best 68 team giveaway better than ever again this year. Join us Monday, March 17th for the Ref's 24th annual 68 team giveaway, live at Buffalo Wild Wings off of 19th Street and more from noon to 7. The Ref's 68 team giveaway is presented by Riverwind Casino. Riverwind Casino. Good times, great rewards. The Ref, the home of Sooner fans, and your home for the best giveaways this March.
Ready for some pickleball fun? Join us at the Y-Fac for pickleball every Tuesday from 8 to 11 a.m. and Friday from 5 to 8 p.m. Grab your friends and hit the courts for a lively morning or evening game. If water fitness is your pleasure, Aquazuma classes are every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. Go online at yfac.com to learn more about day passes and memberships.
Dreaming of your own backyard oasis? Be the envy of your neighborhood and let Signature Custom Pools help you create the perfect poolside paradise. Their professional design expertise can transport you into your own Mystic Falls, suburban sanctuary, or Mediterranean retreat. Settle into an endless vacation, entertain your family, friends, and get the signature touch with Signature Custom Pools. Call them for a free consultation at 405-898-9098 or visit them online at signaturecustompools.com today.
Hi everybody, Toby Rowland here. And are you and your family looking for a place to golf in 2025? The Trails Golf Club in Norman is perfect for you. The Trails give you the opportunity for you and your family to spend quality time together by playing golf, enjoying the pool in the summertime, along with many family fun-filled activities around holidays. Plus, one of the best restaurants in town. Now is the perfect time to join the Trails. Contact Zane Alexander today at 405-360-3790 or visit trailsgolf.com.
At Confidence Ford of Norman, we believe in living up to our name. Our commitment to confidence is in everything we do. Whether you're searching for the perfect vehicle from our extensive selection of new Ford models or pre-owned cars, our dedicated team will help you every step of the way. Because with us, you're family. We're conveniently located at 825 North Interstate Drive. Confidence Ford of Norman, a Cavender Auto family dealership where confidence is Cavender.
Get ready to unleash your inner fury at the Norman Sports Commission's Fun Run. Join us on Saturday, March 1st with a race right through Norman. You can pick your distance too, a half marathon, 5K, or a 1 mile fun run, each with an unforgettable run through the iconic OU football stadium. You can sign up for the Fury Run at thefuryrun.com. That's thefuryrun.com and be part of the action.
You're listening to the home of Sooner fans, KREF, Norman, Oklahoma, and streaming live on the KREF app.
The Ref Sports Radio Network.
Oh, yes, everybody. Are you excited about Friday? I know that I am. Of course you're excited about Friday. I mean, it's Friday. And Fridays at Riverwind, like any other day, they're very special. But weekends at Riverwind, maybe even a little more juice. And we've got the 80K Cupid's Quest promotional drawings happening tonight. Get on out here. They're giving away in this great promotion $80K in cash and bonus play. And somebody's got to win. Come on out. Hopefully hear your name called and collect your share of that $80K in cash and bonus play. A legend, Grammy Award-winning Hall of Fame artist Gladys Knight will be on stage at the Showplace Theater tonight. That's going to be big time. And I'm thinking about the lineup in March, too, which is great. 38 special, a little Southern rock for you. Bonnie Raitt, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, multi-Grammy Award-winning artist. Chicago also coming in March. Rock and Roll Hall of Famers. By the way, they had to wait too late. Should have been in a lot earlier, but they're in. And, you just think of the early days, starting as Chicago Transit Authority with Terry Kath and so many great songs in the conversation for the greatest American rock and roll band. And it's rock and jazz, and the horn section's unbelievable. But they're in that conversation. There's no doubt. So we've got great artists coming in March as well. And get on out of here. Have a great meal tonight at the River Buffet on steak night. I'm here in front of a great, quaint little pub restaurant, Chips and Ales Pub Restaurant. They have a fantastic food court as well. Nearly 3,000 electronic games, all your favorite table games, poker room, off-track betting. They have it all here at Riverwind Casino. Parker, I just had two very sweet ladies come over and get a pair of America tickets from me. And they were both former teachers of mine.
Really?
And they both actually still talk to me and like me.
Wow,
I'm
that's
like,
kind of
man,
shocking.
I was a problem kid. But Miss Van Howen, Irving Middle School, Jackie Elder was my math teacher at Norman High School. Man, she had, because once they put the letters in there, X and everything else in the math, I was a certified dumbass, I'll just tell you. But they were so very nice. And Mrs. Van Howen, she was saying, how was Mike at Irving? And Mrs. Van Howen said, he was a good jock. Didn't say great student, but did say he was a good jock.
Well, that's your enduring legacy at Irving Middle School, Steely. Embrace
yes,
it. Hey, by the way,
right.
we have some other tickets to give away as well.
Okay, good.
We have 2 sets of 2 tickets to today's softball doubleheader to give away.
Okay, great.
So
awesome.
So how do we want to give these away? Trivia question, perhaps?
Yeah, I guess we could do that.
Okay.
I wonder if Blake can work us up a good softball trivia question.
Blake
do you think
Blake
you have
says
time?
he's working on it. Yes.
Okay, good. Blake's like Hosea Kendo back in the day, a utility guy. Can play every position. So, yeah, we'll throw that out here as soon as Blake comes up with one.
So
Sound
we
good?
have 2 sets of 2 tickets. It'll just be 1 ticket that'll get you in for both games. So if you win one of the sets of tickets, you'll be transferred 2 tickets by our own Drake Dykin, and those tickets will get you into both games at today's softball doubleheader. So
There you go.
Yes, whenever we have the means, the method by which to give away these tickets, we'll do it. And 4 of you out there will wind up getting free admission to the OU softball doubleheader.
Well, I think that's perfect timing to play our Patty Gasso soundbite. Patty, the legend, was on with Chris Plank, another legend. earlier this morning right here on the Ref. Now, Oklahoma will play Marshall, scheduled to start at 1:45. I don't know what's going on with the earlier game, so you know how those times fluctuate. Just like the ridiculous game the other night with OU Kentucky, and Vandy and A&M played like 30 minutes with like 45 seconds left in the game. Totally ridiculous. But let's hear from Patty Gasso. This was earlier this morning. Now, look, ranked 1. They're undefeated, 14-0. But Patty, obviously she's the GOAT. And Plank asked, I love this answer, what's Patty looking to see out of her team coming up this weekend?
Fire, push, bow up, toughness, aggressiveness, excitement, clutchness, all of those things. We need to be stronger, faster, better, care more, push hard, be clutch when we need it. We're getting runners in scoring position. We're not driving them in. We're leaving too many runners on base. We're looking at strikes, trying to hit with 2 strikes. So aggressive and just understanding these teams are good. Marshall is good. They're coached by one of the better players in the game back in the day, and it's going to be a tough weekend for us, and I need them to understand that.
I love it, Patty. They're undefeated and pushing for more. I love it. I love it. And, they got pushed a little bit in their last game, and they've had, a couple games where, they haven't been run rule blowouts, but still playing some great softball, undefeated. Believe it or not, after this weekend, the Sooners have Marshall and Kansas today. They'll play tomorrow against Kansas and then Marshall. And then Kansas City, the Kangaroos, I think they're still the Kangaroos, on Sunday for a single game. And then next week, it's the SEC opener against South Carolina at Love's Field, right into conference play. So,
okay,
Sooner
Steely,
softball.
Let's give away these tickets while we're talking softball. Blake has a trivia question. So if you are out there listening and you are interested in obtaining 2 free tickets to the OU softball doubleheader, i.e. both games of the OU softball doubleheader today, be ready to text in your response to this trivia question from Blake Gamble. Blake, take it away.
And as always, please, please, please don't text in unless you can actually attend this game.
Please.
And you're going to be sending in that info via the text line again, the Knippmeyer Chevrolet text line. Parker, tell us that number one more time, please.
405-651-3439 if you aren't familiar. If you don't know, now you know.
All right, here is the question. In Patty Gasso's amazing career at Oklahoma, she has won 1,525 games. What is the number of games, the highest number of games she has won in a single season? The most number of games she's won in a single season at OU.
Oh, come on. That's a race to Google. Nobody knows that offhand.
Go ahead and Google it up. Well, all right.
I bet people are just guessing, too.
They may be.
Unless if someone knows.
You have the number, obviously, Parker, right? You have the number.
Yes, I Googled quickly.
You know it?
Okay.
Yes.
I just texted it to you. Do you know it?
Yes.
Was that right?
That
what
is
Google
correct.
said?
That is the correct answer. We will see how many people and how quickly people can come up with the correct answer.
All right, so we're going to have 2 winners. 2 winners, right?
2 winners. I'll give you a hint. This record was established in the year of our Lord 2000, the very first championship season for Patty Gasso.
Okay. Sounds good. 405-651-3439. Remind me when Brandon comes on. Now he's saying he's going into the rap world for the greatest trio. Now, this was about rock and roll. Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, and Ice Cube. Yeah, great, obviously, no doubt. But we're talking rock and roll here. That's a heck of a trio. No doubt, no doubt.
Reformed Homer did exactly what we told him not to do. He texted in the correct answer and followed it up with, I'm just guessing I can't use the tickets. But we do now have 2 correct answers, one from Zach and Purcell, one from Chapstick. So those two will receive free tickets to the OU softball opener. The correct answer, 66. Oklahoma softball won 66 games in the year 2000. So congrats to Zach and Purcell and Chapstick. You guys will be attending the OU softball doubleheader free of charge this afternoon.
Sounds great. All right. Blake, while we're at it, we should get our poll question out for YouTube chat today. How are we doing on YouTube today? Everything good? All good?
Yeah, all good so far. Again, the question, who has been OU's most important offseason acquisition? Ben Arbuckle, John Mateer, Kevin Wilson, or Jim Nagy? No votes so far for Kevin Wilson, although I think he is an important addition. Ben Arbuckle in the lead with just about half the votes. John Mateer currently in second. Jim Nagy in third. A comment or two about that. Les Wilson says that poll has many answers. Nagy by far is the best for the future. Arbuckle and Mateer together are best for right now.
Les, that's a good take, yeah. And, Kevin Wilson may not get many votes here, but I still think that's a really good offseason move for Oklahoma. You'd say, well, consultant or whatever. Like I said, you can't have too many great minds in an organization, right, unless none of them get along or whatever. But I think that's I like Oklahoma's offseason a lot, and I consider Kevin Wilson to be part of that.
Dr. Stickman on the text line with – hang on. This might be Teddy Lehman's burner. Dr. Stickman texted in and said, imagine if OU softball had only won 3 more games that year.
Oh, man. Remember, what was it, 3 years ago at the bowling event when Teddy was trying to get a 69 score in bowling, and I think he did it?
Yes, he did it.
He had to throw a gutter. I think he had – no, did he have to hit one pin? Is that what it was? And I believe he did. So there you go. All right, 405-651-3439. Billy Bowman, I'm not sure if that was Eastern time, but he's either getting started now out at Indy. It said 2 p.m. that they'd be out there, but I don't know if that's Central or Eastern time.
That is Eastern.
Indy's
time.
on.
Indy's in Eastern.
It is
time.
Eastern.
Yeah.
So he's out there?
Mm-hmm. I do believe so. Jay in Tulsa says, Steely, ZZ Top has to be in the conversation, the greatest American power trio.
Yeah, ZZ's in the conversation. They're definitely in the conversation. Ironically, as what we always point out on ZZ, that the drummer Frank Beard was the only member of ZZ Top without a beard. They were known for their beards. It's the best ZZ song. LaGrange is up there. Jesus Just Left Chicago. I like that one a lot. A lot of good ones. All right, 405-651-3439 on the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line. Let's get a few more in. We got Brandon Drum coming up in the next segment.
Terry and Edmond asks, with a good workout today, do you think Billy B can work himself up to the second day of the draft? There's no question about it. Billy Bowman, after his combine performance, could wind up being a day 2 pick. Now, I'm not sure. Like, I know just following NFL draft Twitter in recent weeks, there are those that have started to dig into more of Billy Bowman's tape and really, really started pushing the Billy Bowman agenda. So I think he's probably in a little bit better shape right now, draft-wise, than maybe the mass narrative would suggest. But if he tests as well as Danny Stutzman and Ethan Downs did at their positions, then no doubt about it, Billy Bowman's coming off the board day 2.
Yeah, and the question with Billy is size, right? What do what if he runs a 5.4 today, or whatever?
A 5.4?
Wait a minute. What am I talking about? What did Danny run yesterday?
Danny ran a 4.52.
4.52. Yeah. What if he runs like a 4.4, 4.3?
Yeah. Well,
what would your guess be?
If you recall, I think it was, Delarian Turner-Yell who had a solid college career, but I would say not the college career that Billy Bowman had by any means. He goes to the Combine in 2022. He ran a 4.47, I recall, and that really elevated his stock into, I believe, the 4th round was when he came off the board. So for Billy, with everything he's done at the collegiate level, especially his standout junior year that just from a statistics, from a production standpoint, was eye-popping in 2023. He was arguably just as good in 2024, even if the stats don't necessarily bear that out. But with everything that he's put on tape at the collegiate level, I think he's a guy that unless he just flops, he's safely off the board in the 3rd round. But he could push himself up into that 2nd round conversation if he tests really, really, really well.
All right, we're here at Riverwind. It is a Friday. We've got a big-time show again happening tonight on the stage at the Showplace Theater. It is the one and only Gladys Knight. That's going to be a heck of a show. They had really good crowds, great atmosphere for Aaron Lewis and the State Liners last week. That was last Friday night, and Ryan Bingham and the Texas Gentlemen on Saturday night. And, again, it'll be a fantastic scene tonight inside the Showplace Theater with Gladys Knight. Next up, some great shows in March with 38 Special, Bonnie Raitt, and Chicago. In April, America and Boys to Men. And then in May, Patti LaBelle, the Randy Rogers Band, and Scotty McCreery. I do have some more tickets still available. I can give away a pair of tickets to see either America or see Patti LaBelle at the Showplace Theater. Just come by and tell me you want a pair of those tickets, and I'll have them right here for you. I'm in front of Chips and Ales Pub Restaurant right out here at the best casino experience in the metro area, Riverwind Casino. Good times, great rewards always at Riverwind. Coming right back, Brandon Drum joins us next. Of course, the topic, Sooner football, recruiting, and maybe a little basketball. Keep it here.
Dusty Dvorak here. Do you eat, sleep, and breathe football? KREF is the only place for the most comprehensive daily analysis of Sooner and college football. We are the football experts. We're the home of Sooner fans. Download the KREF app and listen from anywhere.
Hi, this is Jack Kiker with Knippelmeyer Chevrolet, located in Blanchard, America. My grandfather, Larry Knippelmeyer, tells me everybody deserves to save money. So say goodbye to those pushy big-time dealers with all those add-ons like paint protectors, nitrogen tires, and everything else that they could possibly think of. Then come down to Knippelmeyer Chevrolet, just 15 minutes from OKC or Norman. At Knippelmeyer, we will save you money and make sure you get a good buy from a family-owned dealership that has treated customers like family for over 65 years. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Oklahoma DRS helps job seekers with disabilities become taxpayers.
Their whole thing is to help people with disabilities go back to work.
They knew that I would be successful if I did not give up.
They have given me the power and confidence to face any challenge.
I'm just glad that, DRS was there. Empower yourself. Talk to DRS Vocational Rehabilitation.
Or services for the blind today.
OKDRS.gov. 800-487-4042.
This is Peggy Doviak, and I opened DM Wealth Management because of a horrible experience that my mother had with a stockbroker. I wanted to give people an alternative, a place they could go to understand their money, to know why investment decisions were made the way they were, and to create a financial plan that would help them meet their goals. Most of all, I wanted to help them plan their prosperity. Call me at 405-329-8884 or dmwealth.com.
Hi, this is Lisa Talley, broker and owner of Aria Real Estate Group. Aria Real Estate Group is Norman's premier full-service commercial and residential real estate brokerage and leasing and management firm. With our team of real estate agents, specialized property managers, and in-house maintenance team, Aria is here for you in every capacity. Whether you're a seller, a buyer, an investor, or a renter, we can help. Please explore our website at ariagroupok.com. Aria Real Estate Group, the gold standard of real estate.
The Mont invites you to come by and enjoy our high-quality food and drinks in our historic atmosphere. The Mont has won numerous awards, including Best Restaurant in Norman, Best Appetizer for our great queso, Best Exotic Drink for the original swirl, the Best Patio Dining for our beautifully landscaped patio. Come see the Town Tavern OU football scoreboards dating back to 1947. We'll see you at the Mont on the corner of Boyd and Classen, or call us at 329-3330.
What is a good neighbor? It's someone nearby who helps make your life a little easier. I'm State Farm Agent Julia Chu, and my team and I take time to understand your insurance and financial needs. So whether you're preparing for retirement or in need of auto, home, life, or business insurance, get the kind of help you'd expect from a good neighbor. Visit the Julia Chu Agency or call 329-3311. Come visit at our new location, 701 Wall Street, Norman.
Hey Sooner fans, this is Jordan Bowers.
And Danny Sievers from the 6-time national champions OU women's gymnastics team.
These 4 years have gone by so fast.
It's hard to believe our final home meet will be March 7th against Michigan.
We want to fill the LNC and help send our seniors out on top.
Get your tickets at Soonersports.com and don't forget to become a member of Team 10.
Team 10 supports our team above and beyond anything we could ever have dreamed of. It has made a great experience even better.
Go to Soonersports.com to get your tickets to senior night against Michigan and to become a member of Team 10.
So you want to create your future, discover a path worth traveling down, find a career to get excited about. For decades, Moore Norman Tech has been training talented, skilled individuals, empowering them to step into a career that fuels not only their life, but the Oklahoma workforce. These individuals are the heartbeat of this state's economy. Individuals just like you. Create your future today at Moore Norman Tech.
Since we sold our souls to YouTube, we can no longer play Brandon's unbelievable thing. His intro. When you hear the sound of the drum, they'll be saying, "Oh Lord, here they come." You know that one? Now gone. Replaced with generic rock and roll elevator music. Brandon, how we doing on the Riverwind Casino hotline? What's happening? Brandon?
Yes.
Uh-oh. There he is. Okay, how we doing, man? Hey, I want to ask you right off the bat, and I jotted this down this morning before I forgot, because I forgot to ask you about it last week. Cooper Witten, Jason Witten's son, linebacker, down to 6. Is that right, of what we're hearing? And Oklahoma's very much a factor. Now, I think most people would think, oh, surely he's going to go to Tennessee when it's all said and done. But tell people about Cooper Witten and where the Sooners stand right now, just a little bit on his recruitment.
Yeah, I mean, look, from what I've heard and, just talking with his dad and everything like that, he and I just sit around the Under Armour camp, and he talked to me for probably a good 45 minutes about things. And at the end of our conversation, he almost made it pretty clear to me that, Tennessee, they're always going to be in play because that's his father's alma mater, but they kind of want him to, carve his own path, if you will. So it sounds like, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, LSU, obviously Tennessee's in it. Trying to remember, I believe Oregon, Notre Dame, those were kind of the teams that his dad brought up to me on multiple occasions. His relationship or their relationship with Sooners running back DeMarco Murray, Coach DeMarco Murray, is just it's very deep and very, very close. They're essentially godparents to each other's kids. So, this is a deep relationship. Oklahoma's in a really good spot there, and I'll be honest with you. As things stand right now, I would be surprised if it wasn't OU at the end of the day. As long as DeMarco Murray's on staff, and obviously Jay Valai, they're very, very close with Jay Valai, Brandon Hall as well. This thing feels like it's moving in a really, really strong direction for Oklahoma. Now, he's going to be kind of that cheetah position, coached, obviously. Brent Venables is going to be around quite a bit. I don't know who's going to be the linebacker coach at that point because that's been a revolving door at Oklahoma, so I'm not going to sit here and say, but you kind of feel like Brent Venables will be the guy there as long as he's the head coach. Those relationships are just really strong, man. They love Oklahoma a lot, and they're going to be up at Oklahoma next weekend again for like the 20th visit to OU in like the last, 2 years. So that doesn't tell you. I always say follow the visits, and, Cooper Witten and Oklahoma seem to be in a really good standing right now.
Now, Brandon, this March 8th date coming up, 2 days after Oklahoma starts spring practice. I guess we're just over a week away from that March 8th date now, but that is the Future Freaks recruiting rendezvous in Norman, America, and shaping up to be a pretty big day at this point for Oklahoma, not only in the 2026 class, but with 27s and even 28s as well. Who are some of the notable names that are expected on campus?
I mean, obviously Peyton Houston would be the top of the list, and Cooper Witten. I mean, you start with those two, right? Like, that's where I would start. Peyton Houston is arguably the best quarterback in the 2027 class out of Shreveport, Louisiana. Evangel Christian. Parker, you know that more than anybody. You've been down there and seen him several times. He's one of the best quarterbacks we've seen come out of high school in a while. He has a really strong relationship with Jaden O'Neal, and I think that is something that I think even the OU coaches are kind of leaning towards a little bit here with that Bo Bentley, Jaden O'Neal deal. You don't want to screw up the, Peyton Houston sweepstakes either, and I think if you lose Jaden O'Neal, that would tend to cause a rift, I believe, there with the Peyton Houston pursuit that they're in. Obviously, Cooper Witten's going to be there. Samash Stanford out of Jinx, the safety, the number one. He's probably the top safety on the Sooners board right now. A really good player out of Jinx. Trying to think of all the really good players that are going to be there, Parker, but those are the guys off the top of my head that, I know for sure are going to be there. There's a huge list. Every day somebody's tweeting out more and more that they're going to be there on March 8th. There will be 126 guy there. Ironically, I brought him up just a second ago. Bo Bentley is supposed to be back on March 8th. His mom didn't get to go up on the first visit, so apparently he's supposed to be making a visit back this time around. So we'll see if the visit does take place. I was just told that's kind of where that thing was trending right now. So we'll see if that really does happen.
Okay, Brandon, impact for Oklahoma with the Jim Nagy GM hire. What's your take?
Huge. I've got to tell you, this is just massive for Oklahoma. He's overqualified. With his scouting ability within the NFL, his ability and his, all of his relationships with all the agents across, the sports world, whether it's the college, whether it's in the NFL, and the front offices, this is massive. And it's going to play for Oklahoma in a variety of good, positive ways because, Oklahoma can now push, if you want to go play for a place that knows how to get you to the NFL and knows what the NFL takes, you won't find a staff that is, laced with former NFL or guys that have produced NFL talent as much as Oklahoma has. When you look at Brent Venables and what he's been able to do on the defensive side of the ball, when you look at Bill Bedenbaugh and what he's been able to do on the offensive side of the ball, when you look at, you have Drew Hill just sitting there as a, NFL liaison, and he's been around forever, and his dad worked in the NFL, and he is a guy that has helped multiple staffs dating back to Bob Stoops, right, as the NFL liaison, player development, player personnel guy for Oklahoma. That is a very, very interesting dynamic that is added to this. And then you've got DeMarco Murray, who played in the NFL, has a ton of relationships with a ton of GMs, and obviously just knows what it takes to get to the NFL. And then obviously you've got the Brandon Halls of the world and all that. They've got guys. Kevin Wilson's added to the staff. You got Wes Goodwin, who's been, Wes Godwin, who's been at Clemson and knows what it takes. There are so many. Todd Bates has had so many first rounders. You add all that together and you put Jim Nagy on top of that as the general manager, and Oklahoma now has even more of a selling point. Like, hey, yeah, you want all this NIL money. That's great. But how about, life-changing money for your family for generations to come if you come to the University of Oklahoma? And that's going to be the selling point. And I think not just a selling point to high school kids, it's going to be a selling point now with, the transfers. Like if you got 2 years, 1 or 2 years left, look, come underneath Oklahoma, come to Oklahoma, let Jim Nagy show you what needs to be done as far as to get you to that point, and let the coaches develop you to get you to that point, and let's see what happens. And I think Oklahoma is going to not only use the fact that the NIL that they put out is they're one of the top 10 NIL, collectives and programs, but at the same time, now they have that to lean on, and his name alone is going to be a huge selling point for Oklahoma moving forward.
Now, Brandon, I'm going to just go ahead and fire our poll question for today at you, and I don't think there's a wrong answer here necessarily. It is tough to kind of split the hairs between these three, but if you had to rank them, Jim Nagy, Ben Arbuckle, John Mateer, in terms of their importance in the long term to what this program is building in 2025, how would you rank them 1 through 3 in terms of overall impact this offseason?
Look, I think I was watching, that's how I was listening to you guys. I was watching you guys on the YouTube earlier, and I think I voted Jim Nagy just because I think it was recency bias. But when I sat down and actually looked at it, Ben Arbuckle would be maybe at the top, but I have to go John Mateer because the Jimmies and the Joes win more than the coaches and the X's and O's. So the players on the field are what wins the ballgame. You can call the perfect play 99.9% of the time, but if the Jimmies and the Joes don't execute it or make your play look good, it's not going to be successful. So I always rank the players number one. Then I'd probably go Arbuckle, Nagy, and then probably Wilson. But you know what? There's an argument to be made for Jim Nagy. There's an argument to be made for Ben Arbuckle. There's an argument to be made for Kevin Wilson and what he can bring to the table as well. So this is probably the best offseason I can remember as far as hirings go, whether it's support staff, whether it's new coordinators or position coaches. And Steelman, Parker, when's the last time that you can remember that Oklahoma's had that good of an offseason with returning coaches, right, for the most part? Like the staff's mostly
you're right.
Like,
I think it's great. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but again, I'm an old man with short-term memory loss.
Riley coming in, right? Like
what
maybe
now?
and Dennis Simmons. Yeah, you got to look
actually.
past what he did, man. It was really freaking good. So, and you hate to
you're
say
right.
that because Josh Heupel, you lost Josh Heupel in that, and look what he's become. That's a weird way to look at that 2015. So that's why I think this one trumps everything.
Okay, Joe Lenardi, bracketology today. Sooners were still in the first last four in category. So they're still in there. What do you think? Ole Miss has lost 3 in a row. They're not a great rebounding team, but you have to go to Oxford tomorrow, try and pull this off. You think the Sooners have a shot to get it done?
Good news for the Rebels. You know what? They have Oklahoma coming to town. Streak will be broken probably. So, no, I don't know. Like I think Oklahoma, they can win, obviously. And look, they have not been atrocious except for like 3 games this year. They just find ways to lose ball games. They probably should have 3 or 4 more wins. That's the weird part about this season. They should be 3 or 4 victories more than what they have at this point, but they blow leads. Texas A&M, Kentucky. I can't remember the other 2 off the top of my head, but I know they did because I watched it happen. And like they have to figure out a way to stop doing that. And right now, I don't know if that's a Porter Moser deal. I don't know if that's a confidence issue with the team. Jeremiah Fears and Jalen Moore seem to be just carrying this team, and they carry it and carry it and carry it. Somebody else has to step up and make plays. Somebody else has to step up and make plays in big moments outside of those two. Those two are going to make the plays, but what happens when those two are taken completely out, right? Or it's made difficult for them to make those plays down the stretch. Can Goodine make a play? Like, can Taylor make a play? Like, I don't know. Can they? Trying to think who else has a chance off the top of my head, but like, they need guys to make plays for them outside of those two, and you haven't really seen that for the most part this season. Now, every now and then, when Oklahoma plays and they kill somebody and blow somebody out, yeah, everybody's hitting their shots, but they got to figure out a way to win one or two more ball games to assure themselves in the NCAA tournament. As Parker said on our podcast the other day, though, March is a guard play month, and it's a backcourt month. And if your backcourt, Oklahoma has a talented backcourt, and if they can somehow make the tournament, with the way that they play, they do have a chance to cause some chaos because they are talented enough to do it. They just have to win. Like, that's the problem. They find ways to lose. Like, I've never seen a team outside of OU football find ways to lose the way they do.
Brandon, before we let you go, call your
My
shot. Where is Sam Godwin playing basketball in the year of our Lord 2026?
If he's not, I'm not going to say he can't go overseas, but I'm probably positive he's an accountant somewhere.
Wow, not even the YFAC, huh?
Maybe the YMCA. Yeah. And I don't want to bash on the kid, but because he makes plays for Oklahoma at times, but some of the things he does just infuriates me. Like, because they're just dumb. Like, it just doesn't make sense sometimes. Like, he is a boom or bust player, and when he's booming, like, it's awesome to watch, and I enjoy watching the really good parts of Sam Godwin. But those games, man, where he just he's got to learn to do more than just screen at the top of the key sometimes and roll back in a pick and roll. He's got to get more of an offensive game, and he's got to be able to jump higher than a slit of paper underneath his feet off the ground sometimes. And, that I know that's hateful. That it just drives me nuts. Like, Moser has found a way to find the most unathletic white dudes to play down low. Yes, and it's been that way for the last 4 years. He's got to find somebody that has be able to play at a Power 4 level.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A closing shot from Brandon Drum as set up with the lob pass by Parker Thune and the slam dunk from Brandon Drum.
Yeah, he knows how to get me going, man.
All right. Hey, I appreciate it, Brandon. Have a good weekend.
All right, guys.
Brandon Drum joining us here at Riverwind. It's a big Friday night, and I'll tell you all about it when we get back. We'll have the final results of our poll question, and we've probably missed a few YouTube chats we need to get to as well. It's Friday, everybody. I'm here at Riverwind Casino, my home away from home, getting ready for the weekend. I can't wait. It's going to be great. The old man will probably be asleep by, I don't know, I think Vegas has the over and under. Let's see, the Thunder game tips at 6:30. I think the over and under is about 9:15 p.m. But take the over. Take the over. I'm feeling very energetic tonight. I might make it to 9:45. Coming right back. Keep it here on the Ref.
Bleed Crimson? Love great Sooner talk? Join the Ref Army by downloading our free app. Toby and TJ, Plank and Josh, Steelman and Thune, and Teddy and Tyler. We have the Sooner experts. The Ref is home to Sooner fans worldwide.
They say if you don't like the weather in Oklahoma, wait 5 minutes and check it again. Nope, not there yet. Ah, that's more like it. Being comfortable is important, and if it's -5 degrees or 100 degrees, Norman Air has you covered. Our impeccable quality and unbeatable service is what sets us apart from our competitors. It's just part of our mission to keep Oklahoma comfortable. Visit normanair.com for all your heating, air, plumbing, and electrical needs. Norman Air, service to the max.
Call the 12th Avenue Chick-fil-A in Norman at 405-310-3189. Let them prepare your party. You'll be the favorite guest when you bring a Chick-fil-A nugget tray, sandwiches, or a mac and cheese tray. It'll be their pleasure to serve you, whether dining in, carrying out, catering, or delivering delightfulness to your front door. Box meals to nugget trays to gallons of lemonade and tea. They have plenty to offer for your next class party, team celebration, or family gathering. You'll be the big-time guest when you bring Chick-fil-A. Call 405-310-3189. And remember, eat more chicken.
Hey, Dad, what do you do for work?
Well, you know how in football, we work together to protect the quarterback and sack the opponent's quarterback.
Yeah?
At work, I do something similar. I protect people who've been hurt in accidents and make sure those big insurance companies pay what they should.
I get it. You sack the insurance companies.
That's right. I fight for people's rights, making sure they get the help and justice they deserve.
When you're hurt, call attorney Jonathan Jackson. Get help. Get justice. Get JJ Law. Call 855-GET-JJ Law today.
Dreaming of your own backyard oasis? Be the envy of your neighborhood and let Signature Custom Pools help you create the perfect poolside paradise. Their professional design expertise can transport you into your own Mystic Falls, suburban sanctuary, or Mediterranean retreat. Settle into an endless vacation, entertain your family, friends, and get the signature touch with Signature Custom Pools. Call them for a free consultation at 405-898-9098 or visit them online at signaturecustompools.com today.
Does your banker know your business, the challenges you face, and what makes you unique? At Armstrong Bank, we're dedicated to understanding your business and working alongside you. A true partnership is more than financial transactions. It's support, trust, and attention. This is how we make businesses stronger. Armstrong Bank. Strength runs in our family. Contact our knowledgeable bankers to open your business account. Member FDIC.
Now that open enrollment for healthcare coverage has ended, there's still several options to consider that just might benefit you. Need to purchase your own health insurance? Confused about Medicare? Considering offering benefits to your employees? Call the agents at Allison Insurance, featuring 70-plus years of combined insurance business experience. They're able to help clients avoid mistakes when purchasing individual or group health insurance. Call Allison Insurance at 800-580-5587 or 745-2968. They are the experts.
It's senior day at the Lloyd Noble Center when OU women's basketball hosts Alabama on Sunday, March 2nd at 1:30. Join us for the regular season finale as we celebrate the Sooners' remarkable senior class. Plus, get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, and 1 popcorn, all for just $48 with the Sooner Sunday 4-pack. Reserve your seats today at Soonersports.com/tickets.
Here at The Ref, we know football, and we talk football every single day. But it wouldn't be possible without the great people at Wade Electric. Because while we know football, we trust Wade Electric for all of our electrical needs. Anytime we need electrical work done at our station, we call Wade Electric. They've been out to install new exterior lighting, convert interior lighting to LED, update devices, and install new power where needed. Call them today at 405-329-1940. Wade Electric, the electrical experts.
Welcome back, Riverwind Casino. Mike Steely, Parker Thune, Blake Gamble hanging out, running the YouTube chat for us as well. We'll deliver the final poll question results here in just a second. What a night we have, what a weekend here at Riverwind, and always good times, great rewards here. 2 nights we have in the Showplace Theater stage a legend, ladies and gentlemen. Multiple Grammy Award winning R&B legend Gladys Knight's on the Showplace Theater stage tonight. And that's going to be a heck of a show. And I've talked about this. If you don't follow Riverwind on Instagram, you need to, because the concert footage they put out is pretty awesome. All this stuff, they're doing a great job on socials, but the Instagram stuff for the concerts is really cool. And it should be a heck of a night inside the Showplace Theater, which is a great venue. The acoustics are great. It's just a really, really nice place to come see a show. And tonight will be a great show with Gladys Knight. In March, we have 38 Special, Bonnie Raitt, and Chicago coming to do shows at the Showplace. In April, America and Boys to Men. In May, Patti LaBelle, Randy Rogers Band, Scotty McCreery. You can get your tickets online at riverwind.com, or if you're out at the casino, maybe having dinner, playing some machines or playing some blackjack or whatever your favorite table game is, just drop by the Showplace Theater box office and pick up your tickets. So tonight we also have the final round of the 80K Cupid's Quest promotional drawings. In this contest, 80K in cash and bonus play. Come on, get out here and see if you can win your share of 80K in cash and bonus play in the 80K Cupid's Quest. All right, Blake, do you have the final tally? We may have missed some YouTube chats too, but our poll question, looking for the final numbers, and maybe if we missed a few people on YouTube.
Yes, Steelman, the final tally of our poll question, which today, who has been OU's most important offseason acquisition? Ben Arbuckle, the winner, with 48%. John Mateer getting 31%. Jim Nagy with 19%. Kevin Wilson, no votes. And 2% today, lost forever into the void of YouTube.
Kevin Wilson, do not take that as a slight. I think pretty much everybody I've talked to think that's a great hire. But clearly, he's coming in as a consultant. And again, it doesn't surprise me that Arbuckle won because, again, Parker, what are the chances that Ben Arbuckle is not the OC at Oklahoma, that John Mateer is on campus in Norman?
Very slim. Very slim.
Yeah.
Because at that point, John Mateer has no reason not to just take the most money that's offered to him, which wouldn't have been at Oklahoma, Steely. Let's be honest. It would have been at Miami or North Carolina or somewhere else. On the topic of Kevin Wilson, there was a 580 listener on the text line that asked, Parker, why has your Kevin Wilson slander slowed since he joined the staff? Laughing emoji. Listen, I've never slandered Kevin Wilson. With regard to his tenure at Tulsa, by all accounts, he was a horrible boss. I can't speak to his time at Indiana. I can't speak to anything beyond what I know of his time up in the 918, less than 2 full seasons as the head coach for the Golden Hurricane. That was disastrous. But here's the thing, Steely, and here's where you can make the distinction. Even if Kevin Wilson is a horrible boss, which, again, per a lot of accounts up in the 918, did not go very well, and it was pretty much squarely on Kevin Wilson's shoulders. Just because you're a bad boss doesn't mean you're not a good employee. And Kevin Wilson has shown over the years that he is a very good employee. When he has been an assistant coach, his units, his position groups, they have experienced great success. Oklahoma fans know this well. From his, 9 seasons on staff with OU before departing to go be the head coach at Indiana? Kevin Wilson, as an assistant coach, if he is not the head honcho, if he is not the one calling the shots from the big office, all we know about Kevin Wilson as a football coach is that he's really good at his job. And so coming in as an analyst with no terribly broad responsibilities for Oklahoma other than to just be somebody that Brent Venables can lean on for in-game decision-making and lend his expertise on the offensive side of the ball, I don't see a downside in adding Kevin Wilson to the staff.
Yeah, it's a different role, clearly, and Kevin could, he was tough on players in Indiana, got maybe some hot water for that, and he's kind of got that old school mentality about him. But what he also has is, I think, a really, really great offensive mind. And look, a lot of times people say, well, look, he had, Sam Bradford, DeMarco Murray, Jermaine Gresham, all those guys. Well, yeah, but you gotta get those guys to campus. And, what he was doing, he was doing great things at Northwestern, all right? So I just think if you can get him to come in as a consultant, which they did, I think that's having another very bright offensive mind around. Now, if he starts clashing with Ben Arbuckle or something, well, which I can't see happening, but that could be an issue. But I think Kevin Wilson understands his role, and, we'll probably have some input, but Ben Arbuckle is the offensive coordinator. 405-651-3439, Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line. Steely, did I hear you say yesterday that Hoosiers is not the #1 sports movie? From Allen. No, I said Hoosiers is my number one sports movie. Apparently a big fan of Hoosiers. Yeah, we both talked about it. I like Hoosiers as my best. Just off the top of my head, I love Field of Dreams, The Natural, Bull Durham. What am I leaving out here? The original Bad News Bears. Trying to think of some other ones. But, yeah, we both really like Hoosiers. It's great. It's great. Gene Hackman, Norman Dale was great in that. So, absolutely. 405-651-3439 on the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line. Getting underway over at Love's Field, Oklahoma and Marshall in the Oklahoma Omni Classic. The Sooners, after this matchup, will play Kansas later today after the Marshall matchup. Then they have Kansas tomorrow, 3:15, Marshall at 6 p.m., scheduled for Saturday, and a Sunday singleton with Kansas City at 1:45. Sooner baseball today, 4 o'clock against Cal State Northridge, Saturday, 2 p.m., Sunday, 1 p.m. And Thunder basketball tonight, taking on Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks, 6:30 tip time. By the way, Trae Young, 24 points a game. He is also leading the NBA in assists with 11.5 assists per game. Number one in the association for Trae Young. So Trae Young against OKC tonight. Okay, let's get some texts in to close it out here from Riverwind.
Beach Bum Sooner says, Steely, I am behind you 100% on your anti-YouTube stance. And I'm subscribed to the Ref YouTube channel, by the way. Booma.
You know, I go along with it. Look, you guys, a lot of what I do, I'll just give you the inside scoop. It's kind of a bit. You know, maybe I shouldn't give that away. But it does make it a little more challenging for an old man. You know, I'm just saying, you got 75 things to look at already, and I've got all my prep sheets and stat sheets and all this stuff, and then, hey, we'll make sure and pay attention to the YouTube chat. It's like, you know, it seems like it should be simple, but when the older brain is involved, it's not as simple as it sounds. So,
Vandalay,
that's my excuse anyway.
Vandalay and Norman on the text line simply says, Jim Nagy isn't a hoe.
Have we gotten to Nagy yet? Everybody's saying Nagy, or there's still some Nagys out there?
Oh, I'm sure there will be some Nagys still out there. I trust your journalistic due diligence that you claimed to have performed yesterday.
It's very simple. What you do, if you don't know a pronunciation, is you go find evidence. So what I did yesterday, and I thought it was Jim Nagy, and then I heard somebody saying Nagy, and then went back to Nagy, and then Nagy. And I'm like, it's Jim Nagy, right? So I went to YouTube, found a couple interviews with Peter Schaefer with Jim Nagy on their on YouTube, and Peter Schaefer, NFL Network, is a good, solid reporter, and introduced him every time as Jim Nagy. So that's all I needed to see. It's really not that hard. You just have to see the yahoos now. They just go whatever they think. You know why? Because they're clowns. They don't have any idea how to do this stuff.
Attention-seeking clowns?
Most of them, yes. Most of them are not all, but most of them are attention-seeking clowns. And they are, look at the state of the world today, and I blame 90% of it on them. Because we have dumbed down this damn society to the dumbest level in the history of mankind, besides the, Cro-Magnon period. And it's all because of social media and all the charlatans on. I don't want to close Friday with this. I'm sorry. Take it away, Parker.
I was having a good time.
I shouldn't close on a Friday like that. I can yell at the clouds when I walk outside here.
You want to give us
all
something
right,
to feel good about going into the weekend? A happy thought? A positive thought?
Yes.
Sunshine
Zeppelin reunion?
pumping even?
Okay. What is it?
I was asking you.
Oh, I thought you had some good news.
No, I wanted I wanted to give you the opportunity to close the week with some positivity.
Let's see. Positivity.
I know. Old man has to be happy. Very
Diamond Sports are 22-0 going into the weekend and should come out of the weekend at, let's see, Patty and Company 19-0, Skip and Company. They should be 30-0 collectively after this weekend. The gymnastics teams will both win over the weekend. And the Sooner basketball team tomorrow in Oxford, Mississippi, will play it close and be beaten by a Sean Padula off-balance buzzer beater. Because that's the way the season is going, right? It's not just a little dagger. It's a very, very bad dagger. It seems like every time for OU. Hopefully, they'll be in the game and have a chance to win it. I want to thank everybody here at Riverwind. Appreciate you guys. You make it so easy. Come on out tonight. See Gladys Knight. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you.